When Debbie and I were preparing for this this workshop at IVCO, we were thinking, because we have had inputs. We have, as you have mentioned, inputs to the research working group. We had inputs at the last IVCO. And we had some inputs from a survey which was done immediately after the last IVCO in Hungary last year. And we were thinking, you know, gathering all that first, what would our members and our potential members, because of course one of our strategic objectives is also to get more members, to increase and strengthen our organization. So our current members, our potential members, and those who are partnering with us, what would you all like to see actually Forum doing? So just to have, what kind of sharing, along which lines? So just to get this discussion actually started, just to give us a few hooks to start our discussion on, we had the idea of just sending out a mini survey to our members. So it went out to 30 organizations and we got 15 replies, and that is what we're going to just present for you very quickly, the results of what the 15 organizations that replied have told us that they would like Forum to be doing more of. I wonder, has it been handed out to everyone, the report, which, by the way, my colleague, Øyvind, the handsome guy with the tie, has done for Forum. We had 15 respondents, and what we saw then is that among those who replied, a major part are from the larger agencies, or umbrellas. Because we asked about the category of the organizations. And most of them also are long-time members of Forum. And the respondents are familiar to the Forum website. We hope and expect after each IVCO, and as our sharing work increases, that also the website is going to be used much, much more actively. And that everybody, 100% have said that they're interested in increased collaboration and peer support. So the motivations for these transparencies, this PowerPoint is just a quick, what you might call, synthesis of this little report. As we might have expected, it's the knowledge of transfer and exchange of best practices. This is why people would like to have more exchange and promotion of their work, better networking, to maybe support each other on policy decisions, information on new trends, and a lot of people have talked about research, as also Dimity has expressed. So, in a sense, it's like everybody's saying, we want more for less. By working more together, we can get more for less. The forms of collaboration that the members have said is, Øyvind, do remind me if there are differences between what the answers came from larger and smaller organizations, okay? But when it comes to the forms of collaboration, there's a lot of interest for more collaboration on strategic and management level learning. And then equally on operational and programmatic types of issues. And also when it comes to technical sharing on staff level. So this is one of the interesting things when it comes to opportunities and possibilities. We always say, yes, thank you, we want it all. So a part of course, the challenge for the executive committee is going to be how to, what do we select in the years, because we won't be able to be doing it all. But maybe we will be able to be doing it all. It all depends on us. If we want to do it, we will do it. When it comes to the areas that we want some of the areas and themes, Evaluation of results, there's very high score when it comes to, you know, how methodology is probably, you know, if this is an area that we want to network more on and share more on, we will also have to figure out, you know, what aspects of this, how can we do it, what kind of sharing. Anyway, research has been mentioned, policy and methodology in general. This is, you know, we had very large, sweeping questions. And especially the smaller agencies, it was interesting to see that the large agencies were not too interested in fundraising, but the smaller agencies were. So this was one of the areas where there was a split in interest. When it comes to the themes of sharing, the three highest scores. By the way, let me mention, these were, you know, four of the topics areas that came up. But in addition, if you look at page 8, there were also some areas of other high scores, not as high as the three top, but training of volunteers came up. Post-program support of volunteers, you know, what happens to the volunteers when they come back, and how can we support in that process? Programmatic regional collaboration came up as with a high score, and corporate social responsibility and public awareness raising that can be going on in our own communities. Those were among the issues that came up also. When it comes to themes, the top 3 scores, one of them which we will be addressing tomorrow, that was environment and climate change. That was the absolute high. Reciprocal exchange came up high, and South-South exchange came up high. And in addition, gender mainstreaming was mentioned, community development, and youth programs. So these were the top 3, and the next 3 were the ones I mentioned: gender, community, and youth programs. So when it comes to which level in our organizations do we feel will benefit the most from sharing, increased sharing? Increased systematic, structural sharing or networking? On country level in host countries was mentioned. On management and senior management level in the home organization. And on volunteer level in the host countries. These were the three levels that the members have mentioned. And when it comes to operational collaboration, also networking among staff on regional level and promoting institutional partnership between receiving agencies, and maybe subcontracting for partial tasks. This was, I think, particularly the smaller organizations have been interested in that mechanism of operational collaboration, which could be, you know, subcontracting for partial tasks. I think this was basically, and when it comes to channels, IVCO was the highest score. Everybody says that the face-to-face kind of gathering that we have at IVCO is extremely important for our sharing. But then you have the forum website, and there is a desire for cross-agency working groups or networks, and then electronic and teleconferencing. And let's face it, both with the type of organizations we are and the umbrella we are as forum, and the kind of limitations we have to resources, electronic and teleconferencing is probably the most realistic manner that we can move ahead in increased sharing. What we are thinking is that this kind of bitty little tool, which has been replied by 15 respondents, can possibly be both a baseline now and be a tool which we can implement annually in forum. Before each IVCO, we can check out both new areas that the members want to develop, but also with increased sharing, we can also check on the groups, how is it working, and you know, sort of integrate that back in to our feedback. And this kind of feedback is one form of systematic feedback back to the the executive as to whether this organization is moving in the direction that the members want. Okay? Thank you.